New Zealand, bro. Why is it not a part of Australia? You might be wondering. So am I. I always seen like a big ass country here and then like a little country over here. And I was like, why are they not together, bro? This shit doesn't make sense to me. Hey, this guy right here, history genius, bro. History matters. That means history matters to this guy. So tell me why New Zealand isn't
New
part of
Zealand,
Australia. Tell
alongside
me,
being the
bro.
current
Put me
reigning
on.
champion of places that people forget to put on maps, it's also
Yo,
an independent country. This
really?
independence did not
Obviously,
occur
bro.
through one
Damn, this is the UK. If you didn't know, this is the UK, London, England, all type of places right there. This New Zealand, we're actually the same size countries as each other, but with population, obviously, they bodied
single
us.
event like that of the United States, but through a century-long process of reform. And
Hey, let me turn this up a bit. It's kind of quiet, bro. Kind of quiet. Or maybe I'm kind of loud. Okay, let's hear it.
across this century, many were fairly sure
That's
that New
better.
Zealand would become a part of the new Commonwealth of Australia, in the same way that Quebec was obviously going to be a part of Canada, or how Bombay was obviously going to be part of India. Yet, as you'll know, this never happened. But why?
Why not?
Why isn't New Zealand a part of Australia?
Yeah,
To
why are we not
begin,
a part
we
of
have to go
Australia? We
back
have
to
the
those
same
ancient
flags,
days
pretty
of
much.
pre-Australia, sometimes called the mid-19th century. At this
Okay.
point, Australia wasn't one colony, but instead 6, and they were, as far as the British were concerned, a part of an 8-colony collective. The other 2 being
What?
Fiji and, of course, New Zealand. All
Where's
of these
Fiji?
colonies
Oh, Fiji's right there, underneath my face. Let me move it over. Right there. See that little orange thing? That's Fiji. I've never been there. I don't know. I know like one guy from Fiji, to be honest, but let me move it up so they can see the full thing.
had different economies,
Yeah, I know only
different
one
foreign
guy from that
interests, and
Fiji.
different cultures, which is why at first many were opposed to federalisation. Things changed when Germany started eyeing up the region, which made those in the 8 colonies pretty nervous. And when the
Really?
colony of New South Wales changed its mind about federalisation, the other colonies now feared being left out, and thus it was time to build an Australia. For New
Are you
Zealand,
serious?
this being cut off was less of a problem. Whilst New South Wales, Tasmania, Victoria, Queensland, South Australia and the other one may have traded primarily with each other, New Zealand traded mostly with Britain. There were other reasons for New
Facts. We did that because obviously we got colonized from the British, bro. That's just not right.
Zealand
That's just not
rejecting
right. But
federation
why are we
too.
not together?
The first
That's
was
why I
the
don't
massive
understand.
distance between itself and Australia, which for reference is the same distance between Britain and Morocco. Another was that the drafting
Really?
of the documents for Australian Federation were done by those who lived in Australia, which might sound incredibly obvious, but New Zealand and Fiji weren't given an opportunity to contribute much to the discussions, and thus they were largely
Okay.
seen as places that would be added to Australia as opposed to a foundational part of it, which upset many New Zealanders who wanted to be seen as equals. And this lack of consideration for New Zealand's distinction is what mostly scuppered any chance of it being a part of Australia. You see,
Whoa. One random thing. I've never seen this little part of Australia. I did. Is that real? Is this thing real? I've never noticed that. But anyways, like, why? I still don't understand anything this guy's saying. Does anyone else? If you're watching this, bro, what the hell is he talking about? Explain to me.
New
I don't know.
Zealand had a long and storied history between the island's indigenous people, the Maori, and the
Yes,
European
sir.
settlers, the Pakeha. And
Yes,
there were
sir.
concerns that integration into Australia, a place not highly rated on the kindness to the people already living thereometer, would mean that the Maori would again be reduced to second-class citizens and
I
imported
mean, to be honest, like I haven't been to Australia, but I know, like, a lot of people that I know that's Maori is already in Australia. Like, most of the Maoris are in Australia, to be honest. Probably more than New Zealand.
violate the Treaty of Waitangi, which as a result would lead to another war. There were
Oh,
fair reasons to
we don't
believe
need
this,
that.
since the draft constitution explicitly stated that the indigenous people were to be ruled over by the whites there, and New Zealand thus demanded that this not apply to them and that they would refuse to join unless Australia amended its constitution, which
Okay.
it agreed to. So why wasn't this enough? Well, it was mostly a concern by New Zealanders about the number of Chinese and Asian workers in Australia, and particularly the potential that those workers would head to New Zealand, which the leaders there really didn't want. And when
Did they not? To be honest, like, bro, I got a lot of friends that is from Chinese, bro. Like, I think the population of Chinese or Asian, to be honest, Asian population here is bigger than the Maori population. And we don't give a damn, bro. It's like some of my best friends. So, what? They bugging. 100 years ago? I don't know what
Australia
they talking
federated
about.
in 1901, it was these combined reasons that saw New Zealand sit it out. Although there is still a clause in the Australian constitution that allows New Zealand to join whenever it wants, so the door is still open.
So why don't we
I hope
join,
you
bro?
enjoyed this
We have the
episode,
same
and thank you for
flag.
watching.
We
And
have
a special
similar
thanks to our
accents.
patrons, James Biz-
Yeah, we have similar accents, similar flag, bro. We're like next door neighbors. I don't know why we don't join, to be honest. they have better weather there, to be honest, as well. So like, you know, we could join at any option at any point, he said. So if you're the president, bro, why don't we just join Australia? Like, hey, if you think we should join, let me know, bro. If you don't think we should join, also let me know. But yeah, I didn't really learn much from that, to be honest. If you learn, then say something you learned, okay? And I think that's it. I'm done. Goodbye.